What's going on, YouTube? What's going on out there? My good people who subscribe and follow me. Jaws Killful coming back with you with another video. This has got to be probably the shortest time gap that I've made videos within the last year. I think it was the last year. I really haven't been keeping track of time or how how spaced out me making one video to the next really are. So forgive me if I don't remember, but I do know, all I do know is that I don't make videos very frequently. So this is like definitely the shortest time gap that I've made back-to-back videos in a while. But anyway, I actually want to talk about something. It's going to be something a little different. I'll probably make a few analogies to some of the stuff that I usually talk about in my videos. I don't know how many of you here watch sports. I don't know, if you guys, like a lot of you guys are probably in sports. I know that most of you guys probably tune into my channel mainly to hear me talk about life or the dating scene and how out of control it's gotten. But I just want to touch up on something else in this video. Those of you who may know, I am a native New Yorker, and if that's any surprise to you guys, I'm actually a Knicks fan, and well, for those of you who follow the NBA, we kind of gotten upset yesterday. We had a disappointing end to the season. So I just wanted to talk about the game and all that's been going on in the media surrounding the team, and how we could have probably would have stood a better chance of winning if we had a fully healthy roster and a fully healthy star. We did have some of our players from the first series versus Philadelphia. Let me turn this off. I know it's hot in here, so that's why I turn on the AC in this truck. Yeah, time's getting hot. We're already going towards the end of May. But like I was saying, we did have some of our players moving into the playoffs. I know that we had Mitchell Robinson. He was one player that we had moving into the playoffs. OG Anunoby. I'm talking about role players. Julius Randle, he wasn't playing the entire playoffs. He got injured back in, I think it was January. Yeah, January he got injured, so he was done for the season. Didn't play a playoff game. Who else? This guy who's 6'9". I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think Bogdanovich, something like that. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name, but we had some. We had some of our role players. We already had some players that were injured going into the playoffs, obviously, but I think we actually had a decent, amount of players going into the playoffs, like when the playoffs just started. So that series against Philadelphia, I'd say we obviously had enough, enough manpower to work away through that team, work away through that series, and get the job done. It wasn't really until the second round that all these injuries start to pile up on us, and that's and in sports, especially come playoffs time, when you start getting injuries, injury after injury, that's trouble right there. It's like you go into a series with high expectations, and then it's just like, bam, the injury guys just strike you. They just strike you and say, nope, nope, not this series, nope, not for you. Game 1, we lost Mitchell Robinson. I mean, we could have used him for rebounds. You could have been there to defend the paint. We lost OG Anunoby. Definitely impeccable defensive player. You can't win games without good defense, and you don't want a player like that to get injured, for sure. You don't want a player like that to get injured. And then we just started losing more people. People just started getting worn out as the series went on against this Indiana team that's known for fast offense, throwing the ball, running the court, and we just weren't able to keep up in the end. And because of that, we got the result that we got. It's just it just sucks. It's really disappointing, but you do have to tip your hat off to this Knicks team and show them respect, because a lot of teams with this many injuries do not make it this far. Tell me this: how many teams with this many injuries push a series to a Game 7? Not many. And this team could tried everything they could. They did everything in their power to make it to the next round, to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in almost 25 years. Man, damn. Shoot, I definitely remember the Knicks back in those days. Yep, when they were a good team. I remember. Yep, in the year 2000. Yep, I was a kid. I was already a Knicks fan. And just seeing, watching them throughout the last 2 decades and seeing where they've come now, you just have to tip your hat off to them. You gotta tip your hat off to them. But I'm going to get into the crux of this video, and as to why I really felt I had to say something in this video. There are a lot of people in the media, who are supposed to be professional sports analysts, that are, that have been discrediting this Knicks team, and not only that, low-key cheering against this Knicks team for their downfall. That's the problem I have. That's just the problem I have. I have no problem with it. Obviously the loss was disappointing. And on top of that, we have this star on this Pacers team, which, oh God, oh man. Anybody who knows followed sports since back in the 90s, oh God, I hate this Pacers team with every fiber of my being. Like, seriously, I really hate this Pacers team. And we've lost the last, 3 meetings that we've faced the Pacers in the playoffs. Oh God, I hate that team. Oh, man. Good God. It seems like, everybody was low key cheering against the Knicks. I'm like, I don't know, obviously these people weren't Pacers fans that were cheering against the Knicks. They've never played for the Pacers. They don't play for the Pacers. They're not Indiana natives. So yeah, so there you go. Some people have said, that the Pacers would win in 6 games, or some even said they'd win in 5 games against the Knicks. I've had people, there were people on social media going, pretty much cheering, celebrating the Knicks loss, saying, "Oh, yeah, you guys got you guys got ran out of the building. Oh, you guys got to get out of here, go home." I mean, you got clowns like Draymond Green going off on the Knicks saying, "Oh, they're a fluke," doing this, and his team did not even make the playoffs. I'm like, seriously? I mean, your team did not even make the playoffs, and you have the nerve to be caught talking about a team that's come so far, a franchise that's come so far. They're trying to get themselves to that level to where they can contend for a championship. And you want to talk smack. I mean, is it because you are on the road to becoming irrelevant because the Golden State Warriors, aren't on top of the league? Because let's be real, if it wasn't for Steph Curry, Draymond wouldn't have any recognition. If it wasn't for guys like Klay Thompson, he wouldn't have any recognition at all. And then on top of that, you have guys like Paul Pierce, who's supposed to be professional. He's supposed to be a professional analyst, coming up on social media, showing him stomping on a New York Knicks Jalen Brunson jersey, saying, "Oh, we need to go home." I'm like seriously? I'm like, huh? Like, really? I'm like, do people really hate this franchise that much and want us to stay at the bottom? Another clown, NBA star Trae Young, he's like, "Oh, the short Pacers point guard TJ McConnell. Oh, why I never knew he had hoops. I never knew he had hoops." All right, yeah. I mean, yeah, he has hoops. Yeah, he has buckets. Yeah. I mean, against a depleted and injury-plagued team, yeah. Let me turn on this truck because it's just too hot. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. But yeah, I just don't know where what warrants all the hate towards the franchise. Like, what in God's name warrants all the hate towards the franchise? Like, tell me. Like, just tell me. Like, someone just tell me this. Is it because we're the biggest city in the world? We're known as the Mecca, and they just like to see New York sports teams on the bottom? Is it because the Knicks really haven't been all that relevant over the last 20 years? I mean, we did have a short stint of success when we had Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire play for us. This was between like 2011 and 2013. I know, well, Stoudemire, he left in 2014. Carmelo left some years later, but I mean, we did make it back to relevant. We did make it back to relevance, for a short time in the 2010s. But like, seriously, guys like Trae Young, like, what do the Knicks do to you? Like, what do the Knicks fans do to you? I mean, you won one series against us. I mean, I don't know if it's the fans you have something against, but like, what did we do to you? Like, seriously. And I even came across a social media post with people in Boston chanting "fuck New York, fuck New York." I'm like, seriously, we haven't even made it to the next round yet. You didn't even know if we were going to face you. We were going to be able to face you guys. Like, seriously. And you're chanting "fuck New York, fuck New York." I'm like, you don't, like, what makes you? How do you know that we're even gonna make it to the next round to face you guys, or do you guys just, you know, hate our city that much that you're gonna chant against, you're gonna cheer against us? You're just gonna, you know, cheer against, you know, cheer for our downfall. I'm like seriously, like this is just ludicrous to me. This is just ludicrous. Man, but hey, the Knicks, you know, hey, I mean, I'm disappointed for the loss. I mean, I wish we, you know, didn't go out in that fashion, but I'm, you know, regardless, I'm proud of that Knicks team. I'm proud. I mean, as a sports fan, I'm actually a fan of multiple different teams. Anybody who knows me, they know that I'm both a Knicks and a Lakers fan. So, I mean, the Lakers, they got eliminated in the first round this year. So, you know, that sucks too. You know, yes, I could be a New Yorker and be both a Knicks and a Laker fan. I mean, I'll cheer for the Brooklyn Nets too. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, they're a hometown New York team, so I'll go for them too. But I also love the Lakers too. Like, you've seen me with my Kobe jerseys and in my other videos. So yeah, I'm a Lakers fan too. So yeah, this is just crazy. I mean, I love basketball. Been a fan for a long time. I know that, you know, trash talking is part of the game. Trash, you know, it's gonna happen. But when this kid on the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, was trash talking, you know, at the Garden, I just had that feeling, oh man, this guy, I just really wish I could just punch this guy dead in the face. Because, you know, here you are going against a depleted roster, and you think that, you know, you're going against, you know, an all-man team of deep role players, I mean, you were playing against one superstar in Jalen Brunson, but I mean, you were still going against a depleted team for the most part. So yeah, there's no reason for you to be skipping, you know, laughing, taunting. And I remember, and those choke signs, yeah, it's all right. All I have to say to this young buck, Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, if you ever happen to see this video, I know that most likely, I know that athletes most likely won't, you know, ever see my video, because, you know, I'm a nobody, so, you know, who am I? I'm a nobody. But my word for you is, young buck, you better come out ready to go against this Boston team, because they are not depleted, and they will, you know, they are going to play you guys, regardless of how fast of an offensive team you guys are. They are going to play you guys to death. And, you know, you may not, I'm gonna say this, you may not, you know, be the victors in this series. You may not. Especially when, after, you know, what's his name, Kristaps Porzingis, especially after he comes back, oh, it's a wrap. I'd like to see, because he's going to be in the paint. He's going to be blocking shots. He can score from downtown. He can dominate the paint. I wonder what his guard Siakam is gonna react, how he's gonna react to that. Because in the Knicks series, you didn't really have anybody to guard him. He didn't. I mean, OJ Anunoby went down, so he didn't have anybody to really play hard defense on him. what's Siakam going to do when Kristaps comes back? He's definitely not going to have his way in the paint. He definitely won't have his way in the paint. So all that trash talk to the Knicks, and acting like you're some star who put out the Knicks. Hey, go ahead, have your laugh. Have your do your taunts. I mean, that's not gonna happen against Boston. I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen against Boston. Not gonna happen. And you know why? Because a lot of times the players that are the most cocky are the ones that end up losing. They're the ones that end up losing. But it's just insane. I just feel like I have to talk about this. It's like the thing. I think with the New York Knicks franchise, it's kind of like this. You have been on the bottom. Now I'm gonna use an analogy. I'm gonna use two analogies, in fact. Now, first one, I don't mean to racialize sports or anything like that, but it's kind of like how black people, they've come so far. They've been on the bottom for so long, struggle, to make it to the top. You have some black business owners or entrepreneurs that struggle to make it to the top, and it's like, and then once you get to the top, it's like people just want they just want to tear you down. A lot of you got a lot of haters. You got a lot of people people who want to who want less competition, and they think that just because you're black and you haven't been relevant, you haven't thrived. It's been a long time since anybody in your community has thrived. They feel that you're not supposed to be at that level, and that's the kind of the impression I'm getting with how the media is treating the New York Knicks franchise. It's like they just want us on the bottom. They want us to remain disenfranchised and not really relevant. I mean, at least that's just the feeling I get. I mean, I could be wrong. I could it could just be because we haven't been relevant for a long time, so it's like they don't really expect much of us, in terms of playoff success or championship success. So it could be one of those, but it's just insanity. And even with dating, I mean, I'm gonna draw another analogy with dating. A lot of the guys, they struggle all their life to get a date. They struggle all their life. They struggle. They can't get a date. They get rejected. Day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out. And it's like people in their family, people who they may know from high school or wherever, people on their job. I mean, hopefully but people aren't sharing their dating and love life with anybody on their job. But if for some reason they happen to find out that you're not very successful with women, they most likely won't expect much of you in terms of landing anybody. They just don't think you have what it takes to get a date or to be successful in a relationship. With that, people are not going to really expect much of you. And then let's just say you happen to work on yourself. I mean, once again, I only believe that working on yourself will only improve your odds so much, you know, in regards to getting a woman to like you. They have to find you physically attractive, or there has to be some aura about you that they like. So I don't believe, you know, working on yourself 100% guarantees you're going to get a date. But even with that, you know, if you've experienced a long time and people know it, that, you know, you've had struggles, you know, getting dates, they're not going to expect much of you. They're not, you know, even when you do start, you know, to come up, and, you know, you start getting, you know, a little bit of success, it seems like you're getting better, they're still not going to expect much of you. And this is just what's happening, you know, with this New York Knicks team. And, you know, a lot of you are saying, oh, like, why do you feel like you have to come up here and you really have to defend this team to the heart? It's just sports. The reason why I'm defending this team is because, one, it's my hometown team, and two, I can in a way relate to the team because, you know, I've had, you know, my struggles for years. I've had my struggles for years, you know, especially with dating, like I just said. You know, it's like you try so hard, you know, you try, you know, you work on yourself, you know, you try to make, you know, to make yourself better. You try to make yourself better and, you know, progress in life. And it doesn't even only have to be dating, it just be life in general. You work so hard and people still, you know, have a negative perception about you. They still, you know, it's as if they're hoping for, you know, your downfall, or for you not to succeed. They're hoping for you not to succeed. And that's the shit that I don't like. I don't like that. Like really. Yeah, I know I'm coming on camera. My dreads aren't looking the best. They look a little messy and matted up. But hey, that's truck life for you. So yeah, I'm gonna speak the way I feel. You already know me. I speak the way I feel. And I know a lot of I don't know, you know, if a lot of people, you know, who watch sports are gonna come across my channel, but I'm not gonna tolerate Pacers fans coming on under my video saying, oh, you're just salty because the New York Knicks lost. You know, you just hate the Pacers because, you know, we always beat the Knicks. Hey, say whatever you want to say. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am a little salty, you know, over the loss. I mean, the fact that you've beaten us the last few postseasons that we've met you. But, you know, a loss is a loss. You know, that's not my main problem here. The main issue I have is the bashing and, you know, the lack of respect that the franchise is getting, despite their efforts. This is the meat of my video. The lack of respect that the franchise is getting after so many hard years of, you know, not making the playoffs and, you know, being a sub 500 team. People, especially people, you know, who should be maintaining an unbiased and professional stance on, you know, on the area of sports, are, you know, apparently, you know, cheering against this franchise and, you know, low-key wanting them to fail, wanting them to, you know, lose to their opponent. I mean, they predicted that they would lose to the Sixers in like I think it was 5 or 6 games. I believe they had predicted the Knicks to lose to the Sixers in 5 or 6 games. We ended up beating them in 5 or 6 games. I know a lot of people, who follow basketball, they're gonna say, "Oh no, you really didn't get some of those games. You got help from the refs." No, not entirely the case, because in the second round, the Pacers got some calls, favorable calls from the refs that weren't supposed to be called. So don't even go there. Don't even go there. And disappointing season. But we just have to, Knicks as a franchise just have to look at this season and find a way to just come back healthier and stronger next year. Find out where they can improve and try to add to the core that they already have, because we had an impressive performance from guys like DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein. We had an impeccable performance from these guys, with rebounding, DiVincenzo firing shots from downtown. What I think really killed us in the series, I mean, obviously, I believe the Knicks are a better team than the Pacers. We just didn't have a roster. We were really short on rosters. And don't come, and again, I'm going to say this again to any Pacers, Sixers, Heat fans, don't come under my videos telling me about how, injuries are no excuses. Yes, I know Jalen Brunson said, there's no excuse for losing in the playoffs in his post-game interviews, but don't come to me and tell me, there's no excuse for, and Celtics fans too. Don't come to me and tell me about how injuries don't affect the game, right? And there's no excuse, because injuries can impact your postseason prospects. It can affect the winner of the series. It can. And if you lose your vital pieces, then who are you going out into war with? It's like you go out to war. You lose a lot of men. They either die of some disease, and they're not around, or you got men that are injured, they can't fight. You're gonna be down some men, and that's going to give the other army an advantage. It just makes sense. I know this is a bit of a long and dragged out video, but I mean, hopefully you guys watch, you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, for any of my subscribers that are sports fans, I mean, hopefully you enjoyed this video. But this disrespect for the New York Knicks has got to stop. It really has to stop. Especially from people who should know better and they're at they're supposed to be on a professional level. But that's all I really have to say in this video. Leave a comment, leave a comment, letting me know how you feel about all this. You could be a Knicks fan or just an NBA fan. I mean, my guess is most of you aren't from New York, but leave a comment and tell me what you think about this whole situation. I mean, people who watch me for years, I don't usually make content like this, but I just felt like I had to say something, because Because I actually, when they lost it, when the Knicks lost yesterday, I felt like I lost something. I lost, a game. I don't know. I felt like I came up short at something for some reason. I don't know. I don't like it. That just really hit me, and I feel like I had to talk about it, especially the fact that they're getting all this hate. Oh, by the way, Charles Barkley, he's another one. He's another one that I can't stand. Going off against these Knicks. He's a real. I mean, yeah, you're an MVP, but you remember you didn't win any chips yourself, so you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be talking smack about a team when you didn't even win any chips yourself. Go figure. But anyway, that's all I gotta say in this video. Jaws Killful signing out. Be safe, be happy, stay healthy, get wealthy. And until the next video, I will see you guys later. Peace.